Okay, so we've got this done. Assuming you're done. Some of you aren't done. We now need to move to the final stage, which is found on the first page of each of your documents. After you've got the stuff ready for the e-lectures. I can tell you this is not ready for the e-lecture. Why? Well, because these headings need to be repeated. This is going to go into the computer, so it needs to be HTML coded. H1 stands for a header, and H1 with a backslash turns it off. That way it will be a header for this document right here. Don't worry about tabs. And remember, between every paragraph, you need to have that BR. That's the stuff that goes into the stuff that will go into the online for the culture lectures. But what about the stuff that goes into into the binder? Well, we got these down here. This group did it this way. Lecture notes are good. All you're going to be adding in is the lecture notes and the reading notes. So the lecture notes look good. You'll be able to paste those in directly. And the reading notes, those look good. But we have a final stage, because what doesn't look good? It doesn't look good are the derivatives. So we have in this chapter, we're doing chapters 21 through 28. You click on the link, it'll take you to the folder. The folder are the original PDFs. That and Unit 3 is chapter 21 upward. And all the derivative drills are right here. So let's start with chapter 21. What I want to have for chapter 21 is I only want the first page in each of the binders. Well, you don't need to retype it. All you need to do is carefully copy it. Now look where my cursor is. I'm going to hold down the button and I'm going to load it on up. Ooh, it's nice. I got to be careful. Here you go. Oh, goodness, it's so hard. So what you want is someone who can do, what's that one game? Fortnite. Now, if you can't do too well with this, just make it smaller. Just make the vision smaller here. Make it smaller. And oh, that's no good. That's too big. That's way too big. Oh, we're going the wrong way. I'm going to try and zoom out. That's about as small as I get it. Well, I can always go Control minus and make the screen smaller. Hey, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And all I need to do is copy this first. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to hold my mouse down. I'm going to hold the click. And then I'm going to see it copy all the way up to the top so we know what chapter it's for. And I go Control C. I go back here. Let's start a new page for the derivatives. And I'm going to go Control V. Well, that's all right. I don't like that. That's too big. I'm going to go Control Z, undo it. I'm going to go Control Shift V, and that'll put it in still yucky. I don't want 18-point font. I want everything that goes in the binder is a serif. That means it's got footies. So Georgia or Times. I like Georgia. It's very pretty. And it's not 18-point. It's what point? Go to 12-point usually. It's not bold. Okay. So I'm all right. Now it's got these character returns. So I'm going to pull this up here. And that's what I have. Now, the question is, how do I get this to look like this? All right, that's when we have to make the computer work for us. So how do we do it? Well, let's start with going back. Let's start with creating a table. Insert, table. How many columns? One column. How many, or two columns? How many rows? One. Boom. I've inserted a table. Now I'm going to go back in here and this stuff that I've copied. Now you could create your table beforehand, but I'm going to go take it. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to control what it? Control X. Nice. And then on the other side, I'm going to put the words. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go back to the words that are here in the word bank. I guess it's called a word bank. And I'm going to highlight somehow. Means I got to have good mouse control. And I can highlight. I just have to get it right. You just got to play around with it till, there it is. And then I'm going to get the whole thing highlighted. I'm going to Control C it. And then I'm going to paste it in the other column. Okay, good. Now, let's adjust things so it fits better. So I get here to the middle column, right? To the middle row. And I should see a little thing occur so I could move it. I don't. I don't see a little thing, a little arrow. So you can go up here to the ruler and you can grab, holding it, make it smaller. Oof, where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, that's much better. So I can make it smaller. All right, this is close, except for what? Well, I don't want to have a box around the whole thing, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my tab here. I'm going to highlight the cell, and I'm going to go right here. See this little box that appeared? Click on that. I'm going to make every line 1.5 point, make it big. And let's make the color white. So it's white on white, just like in your CVs. Oh my God, look at that. That's pretty, but we're not done yet. Shouldn't we make this a nice box here? Okay, so here's what you do. You can go tab, that highlights you into this box. Oh, there's a little cell here. And I'm gonna go around this border and I'm gonna make this border black. Nice, that's pretty. So now that I have this done, I'm going to look through it, make sure that it looks good. It's on a page. And then I'm going to do what? Well, you know what would be good? Make it a little, what's the term? Change the font, not the font, but the line spacing. The line spacing is right here. And I'm going to change it right now. It's 1.15. I'm going to experiment with 1.5. Kind of experimentation. See if it works. And did it work? Did it keep it on one page? It did not. So what do? Tough one. Well, let's see how we can play around here. Could I make this column a little smaller? Yes, I could. Does that give me enough space at the bottom? No, it doesn't. So what do? I don't think I'm going to make 1.5. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click custom spacing. Instead of 1.5, let's make it have that 1.25 or 1.3. What the heck, 1.3. And did that work? Yes, it did. It kept it on the page. Now, what do I want though? I want to make sure that I have this one. I want to make sure that, now it's on one page. So I've got my derivatives. This is the first step. There's two more steps involved. We have to, 1, copy and code the culture lectures. I don't think most of you aren't ready for that, so we'll wait for that video after you've completed this part. Okay? And then we get together and then we have to put it together because we're going to have to code like 50 questions. And then we're also going to have to change the binder. So let's stop with this. I need you to have your derivatives done and everything approved. Until that next time, so come into office hours. Until next time, aloha.